Hello, hello, everyone. This is Jeanette the Oracle from Anderson Alchemy, and I'm here today to bring us a message about the opportunity that's available in obstacles. So, if you're anything like me, you like having things go your way and can potentially throw a mini internal tantrum and possibly external one when things do not go your way or when they're not going in the way you think they should go, how they should go, at the pacing or what have you. Or when it seems that there's a block or you can't seem to push forward or that there's an obstacle or whatever. So I wanted to actually come and bring us some messages from God to help all of us, myself included, with leveraging what we can perceive as an obstacle to help us embrace opportunity or pivot to an opportunity. Um, and in particular, what's coming to mind to center on for this is the ability that we have. And we don't always have to do this, but the ability that does exist to use something that seems to be an obstacle that is potentially creating resistance or friction in our lives as something that can help to propel us forward or to get us moving forward or to speed up a process that maybe we were already thinking of or already on, but to use it for that purpose, to use it as a catalyst um, for what we want. So, yeah, turning something that we don't like, turning the friction, turning the obstacle, turning the block, turning the no into a catalyst for a yes or a pivot or speeding up in something else. And what that really entails and how we really do that. So let's let's sit with that. So take a few deep breaths, center in, call in your own higher self, your own inner spirit, whatever terminology you like to use, but that part of us that is in constant communion with God, that is always clear and aware of who we are and never forgets, even though us and our human mind does. Let's see what guidance there is around that. Because I don't know about you, but life has definitely been a mixed bag. It's obviously it's been challenging, but there's also been a lot of beautiful things, a lot of good things, opportunities and blessings that have popped up as well. So, but it's been challenging, yeah, yeah. Interesting. Okay, so let me show you these cards. So we have the Moon, Page of Cups, Knight of Swords, and Queen of Pentacles. And at the center, at the heart of everything, is the Three of Pentacles, which is literally a card that you can associate with personal elevation, empowerment, moving up or on to the next stage, etc. Like that all is here within this card. So yeah, that definitely is the vibe for this is using that obstacle or block or friction or whatever it is that we don't like as um, something that can actually catalyze us to what we do want and elevate us to that. So let's see what this message is revealing. Okay, so with the Moon first. With the Moon first. So that is, so the word that came through is illusion. But I'm giggling at this because of the image. Because yeah, the moon card means anything, many things, but one of those things is illusion. But I was specifically being drawn to the visual that's put here in this card, which shows, danger on both sides of the path, right? Now, if you notice with this, they're not actually on the path itself. They're on either side of the path. So they're in the vicinity of God's path for you. They're in the vicinity. They're not actually on the path. They're like there's nothing like literally on the path. But if you were this little crab here, this little soul, this person going on this path, and you saw these two beasts here on either side, that would bring up a lot of fear, right? Because it's like, oh my gosh, like I could potentially be attacked. They're going to jump in, like you're already thinking that they're going to step on the path, all the things. So seeing that, you can see it. So this isn't a surprise, right? This isn't a surprise. Like you see what's ahead. Seeing that, we then begin that negotiation process of, do I continue on or do I retract and go back to where it's safe or what I think is safe? Are you in that place right now? Do I continue on and risk the potential dangers of encountering what I see up ahead? Or do I stay where it's safe? Do I go back? Do I go back? So that may be coming up. And then if you've made the choice, and I'm going to assume you have, since we do have the Knight of Swords here, like you've said yes to God's path. You said yes, in spite of the dangers surrounding the path for you. You've said yes, regardless of what this is, right? Now you're thinking, okay, how do I move past these things as safely and as quickly as possible? How do I do that? So that's what's sitting there. That's what's popping up, right? Now, the action to take here is the Page of Cups. So one of the first things that is coming through as a message is this image here of the little fish in the cup. We are the little fish in the cup. So we are contained, we are safe, and we are protected. Even if everything outside might be chaotic or might actually be in danger, we ourselves are not, in our own soul, in our own beingness. Like essentially, that's about us, right? So that first and foremost. But secondly, this is about reaffirming and staying true to your desires. Because cups is our emotions, things that we want, right? And that actually is what will fuel our courage to move forward. Because courage doesn't mean that there's an absence of fear. What it does mean is that there's enough motivation and desire for what you want to push through, regardless of the existence of the fear. So, fear is going to be a part of the component. But this is saying, don't forget, right? And like I said, with the Knight of Swords, we already said yes. We're already on the path. But what's needed right now is a renewing of our spirit, is a renewing of our desires. If this was, something else, we would be receiving a different energy. We'd be getting like swords or pentacles, right? It'd be something quote unquote practical to do in the material world. But the guidance is about this, because these experiences are going to come up often in our life. So it's less about the specifics of the material things to do, because that's going to shift depending on whatever's coming up, and more about what universally has to be true. So we can't, as best as possible, get bogged down in the how. We start first with this. Because especially here with this, Queen of Pentacles, we know how to do the practical very well. So this isn't even a skill that has to be developed. It's there. What needs to be worked on is this. This needs to be strengthened, because this is also only a page. Like high key, the Queen of Pentacles is, in comparison to the Page of Cups within us, this is overdeveloped comparatively. I mean, it's still a healthy energy, but it's overdeveloped. We would want to actually be Queen of Cups, right? But we'll eventually grow into that. And so this is a place where we are practicing doing that work. And we can be assured with the success here at the heart of it. Now, the thing is, too, with having the Moon card here, the major arcana for me represents God's hand in our life. It's the divine aspects. So this is not something that we do. It is something that we are experiencing. So this choice point, if you will, this decision about continuing on a particular path towards your desires, which are true to your soul, and making it through these perceived surrounding dangers or things that cause fear is a part of the process. Again, it's a necessary part of the process. We don't ever get away from this in any context. If we want something, we have to go towards that thing. If it's something small, we don't really perceive this process, because we become so strong with the small things that we just almost kind of do it instantaneously, and that discomfort isn't there, and then we forget. But as soon as we start to dream bigger, which is definitely here, it's definitely here in the Spirit Pentacles. This is about building literally more, or taking what has been built and upgrading it, right? But there's an expansion of what is, or what's available. So as we pursue bigger desires, and they're really, I'm saying bigger in relation to us, because with God, there is no scale. So there is no difference between what we call small miracles or small blessings and big miracles and big blessings. Like it's just as easy to be blessed in what we would call small ways as it is to be blessed in what we call big ways. It's just as easy to support us in our desires for something small as it is for our desires for something big. There is no difference from the perspective of God. It's different for our perception because of also the illusion of time. The longer it takes to experience the manifestation of a desire that we have, the bigger it seems to us, the harder it seems to us, the more at stake there seems to be. But that's on us. That's not actually what it is for God, right? And for any of the spirit team, whether it's ancestors or guardian angels or whoever like that, that is the perspective that we have. So in this life as human beings, we train ourselves to receive the support, accept it, and walk through the longer stretches of time required for the manifestation of the bigger dreams and goals that we have. Because it takes a certain level of maturity to stay focused that long. Because as souls, as who we really are in the spirit, things don't take that long. We are used to instantaneous manifestation. But here in the physical world, that's just not how it works. Right? So anyway, I don't know why we needed to go on that, but maybe that blesses somebody to understand that or have some comprehension around that. But again, this message about from our perspective, desires grow and they get bigger, stakes get higher, they require more. This comes up more and more. And it'll come up more and more in the different stages or the parts of the process to bring those desires to manifestation, to physical reality. So the longer something takes, the more of these kinds of experiences are going to show up, and possibly the longer those experiences are going to be, depending on what it is you're dealing with. But the core message is the same. You have to keep what you desire front and center in your heart. Because this has to renew your spirit, this has to renew your mind, this has to renew your heart, this has to renew your drive. You have to start here and then let this come up and support it. Queen of Pentacles. But keep moving forward and remember that you already said yes. And that, thank you. The fact that this is showing up is telling you that you're on the path. Okay? It's telling you that you're on the path. And if it's there, honestly, you're not going to chill out literally in the midst of the danger on either side of the path, right? You're going to put up a fight if you need to, if they actually come onto the path. Or if they don't come onto the path and they just, are making noise on the side, you're going to push through and move through that as quickly as possible. So this can be a way for you to check in with yourself about, are you choosing to stay in resistance, to stay in restriction, to stay in a sense and a feeling of blocking obstacle longer than you need to, because you're not recognizing that there may be a way for you to move through something faster, which could be, asking someone for help, researching something, trying something different, whatever it is, right? But you don't need to stay in that space long if nothing has literally come up in front of you to directly fight. Learn to discern the difference between an actual attack or direct block to you and just fear of the circumstance. Ooh, yeah, that one hit, especially since the illusion came through first off with this. Especially with the energy here, yeah, this is less, you can attack, that is there, and you probably have had to in the past, but that's not the action that's being sold here. It's a softer energy. Don't let the ideas and perceptions that you have around the path to stop you. Know that when these come up, they are available to help you move faster down the path or get to action quicker. Because it might not even need to be that you have to speed up, and often we don't have to speed up. More often than not, it's really more so that um, we're delaying action because we're putting so much focus here. So to close out, feel what you need to feel, because this is feeling and emotion. Feel what you need to feel, and then come back to your yes. Come back to your desires. Remember who you are and whose you are. Remember, you're not new to this. You are true to this. You know what you're doing. And if you don't know, you know that you can go find what you need. You are well resourced, at the very least, with intellect and skills and access to information and people, regardless of whether or not money is there. All those other things are aspects of wealth too. You have what you need, and keep going. Who else needed that message? I know I did. All right, y'all. I hope that this message blessed you. If it did, please do share it, because I come with these Oracle talks not just for you, but also for me, and really to um, feed us all and help renew our spirits, because it's not easy doing this walk, but we have so much support. So I really do hope that this has helped you. Please definitely like, comment, or shoot me a message about how this has helped you. And I'll go again, of course, please share. And God willing, I will see you next time.